Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Mind Room podcast, where real people have real conversations about the struggles we usually hide. I am your host, Dr. David Rex Orgen. Today, we are talking about an emotion every one of us has experienced: anger. Let me begin with a simple question. When was the last time you became angry? Perhaps it happened this morning. Someone disappointed you, a family member misunderstood you, a colleague disrespected you, someone maybe posted something on social media that upset you. Or perhaps you are carrying anger from something that happened years ago. Here's something I want you to remember throughout this episode: anger is not the problem, but uncontrolled anger is. For anger itself is normal human emotion. It tells us something important needs our attention. The real question is not whether you became angry. The question is, what do you do when you become angry? As a mental health expert, a counselor, a pastor, and a father, I have discovered that some of life's greatest regrets were not caused by anger itself, but by decisions made while people were angry. One uncontrolled moment can damage a marriage, destroy a friendship, cost a job, break a family, or leave emotional wounds that takes years to heal. Now, I would like to tell you a story. This story is about a man I call Michael. Michael loved his family so much. He worked every day so hard to provide for his wife and children. Looking from the outside, Michael can be described as a responsible man, but at home, he had one big struggle: his temper. Wherever life became stressful, he exploded. Sometimes it was over small things, like a child spilling a milk, like a traffic on the way home, like bills piling up. His wife asks a simple question. After every outburst, he felt guilty. He will apologize and apologize again. His family would always forgive him. But over time, something changed. His children stopped talking to him. His wife became emotionally distant. The house became quiet whenever he walked in. One day, he looked at me during our counseling session, and Mike said to me, "Dr. Orgen, I don't think my family is afraid of my anger anymore. I think they are now afraid of me." And that statement actually broke his heart. He wasn't a bad man. He wasn't simply allowing anger to speak louder than love. That day, he realized something many people never understood in their lifetime. People may forgive that you say, but they often will remember how you made them feel. Now let's dive into it. What is anger? Many people think anger is always negative, but is it or isn't? From psychological point of view, anger is natural emotional response to feeling threatened, hurt, disappointed, treated unfairly, or frustrated. In fact, anger can sometimes be healthy. It can motivate us to confront injustice, protect those who love, set healthy boundaries, even solve problems. But the problem begins when anger controls our behavior instead of our informing decisions. Think of it like a fire. Fire can be used to cook food, warm your home when it's cold, provide light for you to see. But the same fire, left uncontrolled, can destroy an entire house. Anger works exactly the same way. Managed wisely, it can produce positive change. Left uncontrolled anger, it destroys relationships, opportunities, and peace. Now, the question is, why do people become angry? Most people believe that become angry because of other people. The truth is very complicated. Usually, anger is only the visible emotions that you can see with your naked eyes. Underneath anger is often another emotion. Sometimes it could be hurt, sometimes it could be fear, sometimes it could be disappointment, sometimes a shame, and sometimes feeling ignored or being rejected. That's why psychologists often describe anger as a second emotion. Imagine an iceberg. The small part about the water represents anger. Below the surface are the real emotion driving it. When we only deal with anger, we miss the real problem. Instead of asking, why am I angry? Trying to ask him, why or what pain is hiding beneath my anger? That question often changes everything. Now let's get into the brain anger. Let me explore and explain something fascinating that would help you. When we become angry, your brain quickly activates its survival system. Your heart beats faster than normal. Your breathing changes all of a sudden. Stress hormones begin to increase. Your body prepares to fight, run away, or defend it. The problem is that while your emotions become stronger, your ability to think clearly becomes weaker. That's why people often say things during anger that they later regret of saying them. One sentence spoken in 10 seconds can damage a relationship that took 10 years to build. This is why emotionally healthy people learn to pause before reacting. As I often say, reaction is automatic. Response is intentional. Wisdom gives you, your mind, time to catch up with your emotions. Now, what triggers our anger? Not everyone gets angry for the same reason. So true. Some people react strongly to criticism. That is true. Others to rejection. Others to disrespect. Others to broken promises. For many of these triggers are connected to our past experiences, for what we went through. Someone who grew up in a home filled with shouting may believe yelling is normal. Some who was constantly criticized as a young person may become defensive whenever they receive feedback. Someone who experienced betrayal may react strongly whenever trust is questioned. Our experiences actually shape our emotional reactions. But the good news is, while your past may explain your behavior, it does not have to control your tomorrow or your future. Emotional maturity begins when we stop blaming everyone else and start understanding ourselves. As we move forward, we're going to talk about how anger can damage relationships. Have you noticed that angry words often targeted to the people we love most, like our spouse, like our children, like our parents, or our closest friends? You know why? Because we feel safest around them. Unfortunately, repeated anger creates fear instead of safety. Children become so quiet. Spouses stop communicating. Friends begin keeping their distance. Trust slowly fades and disappears away. The greatest damage caused by anger is often invisible. It slowly destroys emotional safety. For a healthy relationship is one where people feel safe enough to speak honestly without fearing humiliations or attack. If anger removes that safety, the relationship begins to suffer immensely. As we reflect on the things that we've talked about before, I would like to ask a question. What usually triggers your anger? What emotions is hiding beneath it? Do people feel safe when they are around you? Those questions require honesty, friend. But honesty is where healing begins. But always remember this: you are not responsible for every emotions you feel, but you are responsible for every action you choose. In the next conversation that we are about to have, we will explore practical strategies for managing anger, resolving conflict, rebuilding relationship, and discovering how emotional intelligence and biblical wisdom can transform the way we respond under pressure. Now, I would like to introduce to you managing anger before it manages you. So far, we've learned that anger is not our enemy. It is a normal emotion that tells us something is wrong. The danger begins when anger controls our words, decisions, and relationships. But the good news is this: you can learn to manage your anger. Emotional maturity is not the absence of anger. It is the ability to respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. One of my favorite quotes is, "Strong people are not those who lose their temper, but strong people are those who keep their character when emotions are high." Now, I'm giving you 5 keys to manage anger. Key number 1, pause before you respond. When emotions rise, wisdom often falls. Don't make important decisions when you're angry. Take a deep breath, count up to 10. Take a short walk around the building. Pray. Give your mind time to catch up with your emotions. Many arguments end not because people found better answers, but because someone chose to pause. Remember this: reaction is instinct, but response is wisdom. Key number 2, identify the real problem by asking yourself, what am I really feeling? Is it disappointment? Is it fear? Is it rejection? Is it embarrassment? Is it feeling unpredicted? When you identify the real emotion, you can stop attacking people and start addressing the real issue. Healthy people solve problems, yes. Unhealthy people blame people for their problems. Key number 3, communicate. Don't accuse. Instead of using words like, "You never listen to me," try saying, "I feel unheard, and I would appreciate if we could talk." The goal of communication is not to win an argument. It is to strengthen the relationship. But always remember, the problem is the problem. The person is not the problem. Attack the real issue, not each other. Key number 4, learn to forgive. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means refusing to allow yesterday's pain to control today's peace. Forgiveness sets your heart free, friend. Sometimes the person who benefits most from forgiveness is the one who chooses to forgive. Key number 5, ask for help. If your anger is damaging your marriage, your family, your work, or your health. Please don't ignore it. Talk to a counselor like me. Speak with a trusted pastor like me. Confide in a mature friend. Seeking help is not weakness. It is one of the strongest decisions you can make. For healing begins the moment pride ends. Now, I'd like to introduce to you what does the Bible says about anger. Permit me to walk in the office to speak to you as a pastor. The Bible does not say we should never be angry. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 26 in the good books, Paul writes, "Be angry and do not sin." Remember the difference here. Feeling angry is not the sin, but how we express the anger determines whether it becomes destructive. The Bible also reminds us in James chapter 1 verse 19 to 20, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. And those three principles can transform every relationship you get yourself involved in. 1, be quick to listen. 2, slow to speak. 3, slow to become angry. Just imagine what our families, our workplaces, our churches, and communities will look if we practice those 3 habits every day. Now, let me speak to you from my heart as a father. Before we close, as a father, some of you grew up in homes where anger was the normal way of solving problems. Perhaps shouting was so common. Perhaps insults replaced conversations. Perhaps silence became punishment. Maybe no one ever taught you another way. If that's your story, I want you to know something today. Your past explains your behavior, but it does not excuse it. And more importantly, your past does not have to become your future. You have the power to break unhealthy patterns in your life. Your children deserve better. Your spouse deserves better. Your friends deserve better. And you deserve the peace that comes only from emotional maturity. One decision today can change the atmosphere of your home tomorrow. Now let's look at this week's challenge. This week, I want you to practice 3 simple habits. First, identify one situation that usually triggers your anger. Second, before reacting, pause and ask, what am I feeling? Third, choose one difficult question and conversation you've been avoiding and approach it calmly, respectfully, and honestly. For small changes, when practiced consistently, will create lasting transformation. My final reflection to you is, as we close, remember these 4 truths. Number 1, anger is an emotion. It should never become your identity. Number 2, your emotions are real, but they should never become your master. Number 3, every response you choose is shaping your relationship today, your character today, and your future tomorrow. Finally, self-control is one of the greatest signs of emotional strength. As I often remind people and remind myself, anyone can lose their temper, but it takes wisdom, character, and emotional intelligence to keep it. Now let me close with the few words. Thank you for joining me on the Mind Room podcast. If today's conversation encouraged you, please like, subscribe, share it with someone who may be struggling with anger, frustration, or broken relationship. Let's continue building healthy relationship healthy minds, stronger families, and more emotional, intelligent communities. But remember this final thought: anger may knock on the door of your heart, but you make a decision whether it becomes a visitor or a permanent resident. Don't allow temporary emotions to make a permanent decision in your life. I am Dr. David Orgen. Until next time, guard your heart, master your emotions, and remember, the strongest person in the room is not your loudest voice. The strongest person in that one in your room remains calm when everyone else loses control. May God bless you. I will see you in our next episode of The Mind Room.